Hey, good morning. Howdy ho there, neighbor. Dave the family farmer here. And I'm going to be your host today. And we're going to talk about something rather interesting, but a little bit off the wall for some people. But for some of you, you're going to find it very interesting. Today, we're going to talk about the Nightcrawler. Yes. And I couldn't get none of my Nightcrawlers downstairs to volunteer to help me with this. So I had to resort to the tackle box and get me a nice rubber Nightcrawler. As you know, as well, some of you people, you don't know or realize that there's over 4,400 different types of earthworms, whether it be nightcrawlers or worms or earthworms, in the world. Yeah. So, depending on where you live, obviously, depends what type of nightcrawler or worms you have. Here in Wisconsin, we have what's called a Canadian nightcrawler, and all worms, nightcrawlers. Of course, here's my victim, my volunteer, and we're gonna use this as an example of a nightcrawler. And of course, here's the front, and of course, here's the back of our nightcrawler. And of course, in between, we have a lot of other neat stuff. Okay, first we'll start at the head here. Okay, here's the mouth, and right behind the mouth, like we would have, they do have a brain. Yes, they do. They also have a larynx, esophagus. Yes. And their food travels. So, all worms or nightcrawlers, they eat rotted natural vegetation. Okay, so because they have no teeth. Okay, so that means they must have something else. So it travels through down their throat, like we would have, and it goes into a crop, just like a chicken. A chicken has a crop. You ever see a chicken? A chicken has a crop. Okay, then it will travel down into the gizzard. Okay, and that's where the nightcrawler and or worms, they pick up sand, grit, minute pieces of this stuff. Okay, and of course it travels through and through, and this piece here is called the celerium, or I really can't pronounce that word, but it's one of them words I can't pronounce. Anyways, and of course go through the intestines, and yes, they even have intestines. And it goes all the way through, and then of course out the old poop chute. And of course this is where we get our worm castings. Okay, and then if you're wondering, well, the worms are mating, blah blah blah. Well, the nightcrawler worm, the female and the male sexual parts are right here in this little area. Here, let me use my pinky. Right here in this little area is their sexual organs, where they make their little yummy dummies, or yummy, or whatever you want to call them, babies, or and then there you have it. So there, now you know a little bit more of the nightcrawler. Yeah, they do have a brain. I don't know if they can think or not, but they know well enough to get away from a worm, a bird, another snake, human beings, when they shine the light on them at night. So, thank you, Mr. Worm. I'm glad that you helped me, because I couldn't get a real live volunteer. I wish I would have had a live volunteer, but thank you very much. Look at me. I'm talking to a damn worm. A plastic one besides. Oh my God. I need help. Hey, you all take care. Bye-bye then.